An extremely warm welcome to each and every one of you, from Gavin and Colleen, and Debbie and myself, on this extremely happy and joyous occasion of Juan and Taylor's wedding. And a special thanks to many of you who have traveled from overseas and from around the country to be here today. And I know how much it means to Juan and Taylor that you're all here to celebrate with them. It would be remiss of me not to make a special mention of Juan and Taylor's grandparents, who have all had a massive impact on their lives and to whom they are exceptionally close. Every wedding requires an enormous amount of work and preparation, and to say this already beautiful venue has been transformed into an oasis is an understatement. So our huge appreciation and thanks to Jodi and her team for creating these majestic flower arrangements. And to her and the Netherwood crew, we are immensely grateful. If I can ask you to please give them a round of occasion. Actually, with Taylor in Canada, I have to thank her and Debbie for the incredible manner in which they have meticulously and calmly, capital C for calmly, planned every detail together with Jodi and Demi as their highly capable and enthusiastic lieutenants. Wow, what an incredible job you have all done, and I'm sure it has turned out to be as beautiful a day as you had wished for, my Tinky. On a lighter note, on the subject of our combined appreciation, we certainly need to thank the mums, Colleen and Debbie, for us all being here today, not only for being such amazing mothers and providing such magnificent genes to the bride and groom, but also for being the catalyst of their meeting by arranging for Juan and Taylor to go on a blind date to the St. Anne Chanel Ball all the way back in August 2013. Were it not for this opportune coffee break in Harrismith over 11 years ago, between mums who had never met one another before, we would almost certainly not be here today. Might I add, Juan, with Taylor's best interests at heart, Debbie was quick to ask your mum for a photo of you before confirming you as a date. You might call that a vote of confidence in you right from the outset. And 11 and a half years later, after such an epic love story, we find ourselves at your wedding today. Oh my, you look absolutely radiatingly beautiful and happy beyond words, Tinky. I always knew you would make the most gorgeous bride, but when I saw you earlier in your dress for the first time, you exceeded my every expectation. Every dad has a unique and precious place for his daughters in his heart. But I have to confess that I was totally besotted when you came into our world, actually 4 weeks early, as a 1.9 kilogram prem princess, who in all honesty did not in any way resemble the natural beauty you are today. But absolutely besotted I was, especially as your favorite place to sleep was high up on my chest, and so our mutual adoration began. A princess you were born to be, and by whose own choices you wore many kinds of princess dresses, and a crown, might I add, to nursery school almost every day. Your enchanting and warm, infectious personality have made you uniquely you, a magnificent rose that has blossomed into full bloom as the gorgeous and beautiful bride that you are today, with your life having been made whole by your and Juan's beautiful love story for one another. As your dad, I don't often get to tell you how much you mean to me in public, so I have this rare opportunity to repeat what I've told you 100 times or more. When, as a little girl, I told you that I loved you lots one day. And you said, "How much is lots, Daddy?" And my answer was, "More than all the birds and all the bees, more than all the trees and all the leaves, more than all the sand on all the beaches, more than all the houses and all the people. And even all of this is not to say how much I love you. Standing here today, I want to thank you from the bottom of Mum and my hearts for being the ever-loving, caring, nurturing daughter that you have been. When we look at you, Tinks, and at the gorgeous, radiant, intelligent, kind, highly capable, and independent young woman you are, we are immensely proud of you in so many ways that words can't ever do justice to. And now turning my attention to the man of the moment. Juan, in the same way, Debbie and I are exceptionally proud of you. And proud of you with regards to the fine, upstanding, caring, loyal, ambitious, and family-orientated young man you have grown into and become. When I see how deeply you care for your dad and mum, your nana, and all those you love, it is evidently clear that you will be an exceptional husband, and we warmly welcome you into our family. I must admit, through initially being rather wary and hyper alert after you and Taylor had just started dating, Juan, and a close friend of mine mentioned that you were known as the best-looking, coolest guy at my class. Oh my, dating my gorgeous, innocent 16-year-old daughter. Jokes aside, it has been a privilege to have seen you mature and become the man you are. You have real mettle and chutzpah. You know what you want and are prepared to work extremely hard and do what it takes to achieve your goals. You don't follow the pack, are your own man, and I really admire you. After a slow start to your academic career, if your teachers at my class heard you had a postgrad in AI from George Brown College and had qualified as a chartered financial analyst, all whilst working full-time as an asset manager at the Royal Bank of Canada, they would be forgiven for thinking there was some sort of a mix-up. Baby and I got to see firsthand over the years how hard you have worked, and you can be extremely proud of your achievements, and I have no doubt, and I'm sure you will rise to the top of your chosen career. However, for me, the greatest accolade I can give you is seeing the absolute love and devotion and care you have for our precious Taylor. And as her mum and dad, Debbie and I want to thank you for how you adore and treasure her, and seeing how abundantly happy and head over heels in love you are with one another gives us no greater happiness, and you make an incredible couple. So in closing, Juan and Taylor, you have the world at your feet. And my wish for you both is that you love and adore one another forevermore, and that you nurture your unique and special love and take care of it and of one another beyond all else. Will you please be upstanding and join me in a toast to the newlyweds, Juan and Taylor Clackworthy.
I feel like the father of our nation. So many people here. Right, just quick sound check. Dad, can you hear me? Okay, if he can hear me, we're all good. Not many people can say they have such a funny, loyal, caring, good-looking brother. But my goodness, Juan can. How's it, everyone? Welcome. My name is Declan, previously known as Juan's better half. I would like to thank everyone for being here today. Thank you for braving a suit in the heart of summer and for those countless hours searching for that perfect, colorful dress. You all look fantastic. I must say, the young ladies here today are all wearing the next look. A wedding is an amazing spectacle. It's where a man and a woman come together to proclaim, out of millions of people out there, that there is only one best man. So thank you for this prestigious honor, Juan and Taylor. I'm extremely honored. But by looking at the groomsmen, there was only one choice. Firstly, the Talmadge family. I think all of you are sitting over there. Kim, Debs, Jodi and Demi. Thank you for putting this awesome event together. You guys have welcomed us at every corner and shared your love and compassion for Taylor and Jean-Luc in spectacular fashion. Your kindness and generosity has never failed to amaze me. We can't thank you enough, guys. Mom, Dad, Nana. Where's Nana? There's Nana. Thank you for your love and guidance. I think standing in this room today, it's easy to say that the next generation can be incredibly thankful for the role models that we've had in our lives. So to all the bullies, just wanted to say cheers to you all. Bridesmaids, you're all absolute gems. You guys have helped Taylor at every obstacle to make this day happen, and we can't thank you enough. You're all radiantly beautiful tonight, and it's been an absolute privilege getting to know you over the last, I don't know how many years, but it's a long time. Yeah, we love you loads, bridesmaids. Thank you so much. Flippy. Taylor, to the darling of the day, I won't say too much, as I'm sure your sisters will smash your side of the story out the park. But all I wish to say is, where would we be without you? You have been with us through the lowest of lows and been with us throughout our success. You light up a room when you walk in it. You are love and happiness embodied in the most beautiful woman. I love you so much. To the groomsmen. To the groomsmen. Don't worry, this is not a love letter. They are simply words of encouragement and compassion from Jean-Luc. Jean has never had much to say about you. The only time I hear about you is after your latest and greatest stunts. So Oaks, shot for the friendship, and I know there's many more good years to come. So thank you. Mr. Jean-Luc. Time to get serious, my friend. This has been a long time coming. I had to shake some serious dust off the speech today. Jean and Taylor have been together for so long that, believe it or not, Jean used to be taller than me when they first started dating. I'm just throwing shade towards Jean-Luc for taking so long, but in all honesty, Taylor deserves an award for patience with this fella. Anyways, in 2023, Jean finally plucked up the courage to ask for Taylor's hand in marriage. I remember when he first told me over the phone. Sorry about that. I remember when he first told me over the phone. So yeah, bro, I think I'm gonna propose, eh? I was, of course, ecstatic for him, full of joy. I started to ask questions. So when are you gonna propose? How are you going to do it? for which he did not have a single answer for. What came next was months of back and forth and nerves that I've never quite seen in Jean-Luc before. But I guess that's how much of this all means to him. Jean and I have shared some awesome memories together, from nappies to the real world. Besides a few domestics, like Jean throwing my clothes, my school uniform onto the ceiling fan, spinning at full tilt. He's always had my back. He's always been there for me as an older brother. Jean and I share a brother telepathy in a few interesting ways. Here's one you might like. In November last year, we went touring in Etosha, Namibia, for a week. This is the first time that Jean and I have had proper brother time in over 3 years. There we were. I was driving, of course. Mom proceeded to hand over the snacks. A hand of salt and vinegar chips and a stick of dry horse. We both washed it down with 2 sips of Windhoek draft. And unbeknown to each other, in unison, we both let out a raucous burp. Coincidence? I think not. I said I'd get serious earlier, but now it's for real. I'll only ever have 2 chances in my life to talk about Jean-Luc. The first is already past, at his 21st, and the other is today. I'm immensely proud of my older brother for the man he has become and for the husband he will be. He has been dealt some serious hardships in his life and come through with flying colors. You are a pillar of strength for us as a family, and most importantly, for Taylor. My only hope is you continue on this path in your marriage and fight for each other until death do you part. So if you're able, let's raise a glass or two to the happy couple. Woo!
Good evening.
Good evening.
There's only one way I want to start my speech. So please can I get a huge roar from my new wife, Mrs. Clackworthy. My darling, can you believe the day is finally here? They say that some moments in life are made more special when surrounded by family and friends. And with that, I would like to thank each and every one of you for making an effort to come here today. I have a few noteworthy mentions, all the way from the cold of Canada, my good friend Ethan, Taylor's bridesmaid Kristen, and Madison with their partners. From North America and South America, Wade, Dino, Calms, Bells, and Auntie Jax. From Scotland and London, in addition to my new sisters, Fodil and Bumi, my brother Dane and nephews, she stayed tall, Isaac, Sebastian, and Xavier, and our 15 other friends and cousins, along with Lee and Neil from the Isle of Wight. From Amsterdam, Bolake, the Bergses, and Antonia from Germany. From the yacht, my best man, my brother, and his girlfriend Sarah, Nadine, and Emma. A special mention must also go to my late grandmother, Gar, who has recently passed away and can't be with us here today. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank those who have had a special involvement in making today as memorable as it has been. To Christy, for singing so beautifully at the chapel, and Joni Kirkland, woo woo, and for and Joni Kirkland, who has helped us with the finer details and is the reason the flowers are blossoming this evening. To Jonathan for his kind words, Lizzie for the bouquet, the flower grannies, the Netherwood staff, our MC Ross, and speakers, and those who are not mentioned by name, thank you for your special contribution. Now, Taylor's quote for the wedding is, "Every love story is beautiful, but mine is my favorite." So I'd like to take you all back to the beginning of our love story. You all might not know, but our marriage was somewhat arranged. In July of 2013, my mom was walking around the Harry Smith Mug and Bean on a job where she bumped into Debs and a friend. As the story goes, without knowing much about each other, they exchanged a few words and got into the topic of the annual Chanel ball between a St. Anne's grade 10 girl and a my class grade 11 boy. As Taylor was sickly at the time and out of school, Debbie speculated on finding Tinks a date. She quickly asked my mum for a photo and likely gave approval of the names and faces picture my mum showed her. Later that weekend, my mum told me she had found me a partner to the Chanel ball and that I should message her. So as any young school boy, I decided to play it cool and not send her a message. If you look on the first page of the newspaper that was handed out under our love story, you'll see the first message and conversation we had on Facebook, and the rest, they say, is history. Since that day, 11 years ago, Kim, Debbie, Fodel, and Bumi have made me feel especially welcome. To Kim and Debbie, I want to say thank you. Thank you for everything you have done, not only for the wedding and the lead up today, but for everything. Firstly, for raising the lady of my dreams and molding her into the beautiful, kind-hearted, and powerhouse of a woman she is today. I also want to thank you for opening up your hearts, your home, and your kitchen. Bar being chased by Debbie with a hockey stick, you have never made me feel as though I was not welcome or didn't belong. Thank you for welcoming me into your family and accepting me for me. Thank you for your unabashed love and support throughout the years has helped foster Tinks and I into our adult selves and has allowed us to spread our wings forward into the future. Kim, although you walked Taylor through the chapel doors and down the aisle today as a Talmage, please know that I will continue the magnanimous Talmage love and support you have shown her as a Clackworthy. To the two people who have shaped me into the man I am today, Mum and Dad, I want to thank you for all you have done for Taylor and I, and all that you continue to do to this day. Growing up, you taught me so many valuable lessons, not through your words, but through your actions. All the years of drilling chivalry into my brother and I can honestly say, have paid off. You have both set the highest example of love and what family means through growing up watching your radiant love filter through us all. You have both shown me that love can endure in anything, and no matter how deep in the dog box a man can be, Dad, there is always a way out. The past 2 months we have spent together as a family have been irreplaceable and holds memories I won't forget. Nothing defines being a Clackworthy like horrible humor and tardy timing. So I look forward to many more memories together as one big happy family. To my 2 brothers and now 3 sisters, thank you for always having my back. I know no matter where our lives take us, we'll always have a bond that can never be broken. You guys are my best friends, and I'm honored to be your brother. To the better-looking half of the retinue, the groomsmen. Boys, you never fail to make me laugh. Thank you for always being in my corner. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you all. To the gorgeous bridesmaids, your multicolored dresses and presents never fails to brighten up our days. So thank you for supporting and loving my bride, not only today, but for all the years you have known her. Thank you for taking her shopping so I don't have to. Thank you for always being in her corner and accepting me. You are as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside, and I cannot wait to see what is in store for each of you. And finally, I would like to speak about the person and the reason we are all here today. The lady in white, my better half, my love muffin. Darling, you look radiantly beautiful this evening. When thinking back almost a year ago today to a period of 2 or so minutes with me squatting in a bathrobe was a moment that changed our lives forever. I'm also so honored to be able to stand here beside you, and I'm so privileged to call you my wife. I've had the pleasure that few have had in watching you grow from a wee teen into a gorgeous lady. You have grown into a selfless, compassionate, generous, and genuine person. You light up every room you walk into and never fail to make me smile. What a lot of people don't see is our day-to-day, together behind closed doors, our special connection and love that makes doing life with you a breeze, our connection that must make us soul partners. How blessed we are to have such a special bond. I would like to leave you with something that stuck with me, a snippet from the movie Shall We Dance? Richard Jenkins asks Susan Sarandon, why is it people get married? She says, because we need a witness to our lives. There's 1 billion people on the planet. What does one life really mean? But in a marriage, you're promising to care about everyone, the good things, the bad things, the terrible things, the mundane things, all of it, every day. You're saying, your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it. Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will be your witness. And with that, please can you all stand and charge your glasses to the new Mrs. Clackworthy. Thank you.
Good evening, families and friends. As Ross has just mentioned, my name is Earl Talmage, and I'm Tinky's uncle and Kim's older brother. What a privilege and honor it is to be asked to propose a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Clackworthy tonight. May I start by congratulating the very proud parents, Kim and Debs, and Gavin and Colleen, on the marriage of your 2 eldest grandchildren, who have been childhood sweethearts since high school days, and seen their relationship grow and mature into what we see tonight. Tinks, you look absolutely stunning, and I know everyone has said it, and it just gets truer and truer with every time it gets said. And all your redeeming features are just glowing through. Juan, you two are looking so handsome and dapper. And what an incredible couple you both make, in looks, and more importantly, your personalities. Tinks, your family have seen you mature from that little girl with jet black hair and mischievous smile into the radiant bride that we see before us tonight. You have that magnetic personality and outward confidence that draws people to you and makes you the incredible human being that you are. You are a credit to the Talmage family, and now that you're officially a Clackworthy, you will do equal justice to that too. Jean, you must be over the moon and so proud to call Taylor your wife, and all that life holds for you in the years ahead. To have dated for as long as you have, and then having lived in Canada for the 3.5 years, with all the trials and tribulations of being in a different country, with no support and far from home, your relationship has been through its thick and thins, and marriage should be a breeze. We, your family and friends, congratulate you on your special day and being able to witness you walk down that aisle and exchange your vows and all that they mean today and forever. Please can I ask you all to stand and drink a toast to Taylor and Jean on their special wedding day. Here. Yes.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. I want to start off by recognizing what has brought us all together today, love. So on that note, I would like to start with a quote from one of my favorite novels, The Alchemist. People are capable at any time in their lives of doing what they dream of. This is what we call love. When you are loved, you can do anything in creation. When you are loved, you don't have to understand what's happening because everything happens within you. Tay and John, your love is truly a testament to this truth. Your journey has been one of perseverance, growth, and boundless joy. John, you have brought so much light, laughter, and unwavering love into Tay's life. You have given her a once-in-a-lifetime kind of love and brought her so much peace and happiness that I, as her sister, have always prayed that she would find. Jean, words cannot begin to encapsulate the love and gratitude that I have for you. Knowing that you are going to cherish, protect, and celebrate one of the most important and precious people in my lives fills me with immeasurable joy. Your love for Tay is truly extraordinary, and for that, I am endlessly thankful. Many of you here today may not know that when I can't always put my feelings into words, I write poetry. My Tay, our bond and memories are too vast for any speech, as is your and Jean's love. But to my beautiful big sister and my very handsome new brother, I hope that this poem conveys even a fraction of the love that I have for you both. To my beautiful big sister on her wedding day, we were each other's first soulmates, bound by secrets, by laughter, by fate. In the garden of our childhood we grew, dreaming of stars, of skies vast and blue. You were the fairy, graceful and kind, while I was the dreamer, trailing behind. Through the years, you have been my guide, my confidant, my joy, my constant pride. From childhood shows beneath the Sedwana sun to the worlds we have traveled and the fun we've spun. You choreographed our youth with such delight. Our living room is stage for mom and dad every night. Through late-night talks of boys and dreams, you dry my tears and mend my heart, it seems. You taught me to dance through life's stride, to live with zest and lead with pride. Not a chapter passed without your care, your guidance a light, always there. Then I watched as Jean entered your world, and though a new chapter unfold, there was a quiet ache, a bittersweet hue, but losing you, no, I never do. Instead, I have gained a brother steadfast and true, whose love for you shows in all that you do. I see how he holds your dreams in his hands, how he treasures your laughter, and he just understands. So today, as you take his hand in yours and step into this life that love ensures, know this, my sister, my heart, my friend, the bond we share will never end. Jean, may you love her as I always will, through quiet mornings, through nights that thrill. And my Winkle, may your journey be sweet, with love at the helm and joy at your feet. Today I stand with a heart full of pride, as you walked down that aisle, such a radiant bride. Our roots are intertwined, our souls still the same, but now together you have written a new name. To Tay, my sister, my soulmate, my guide, may your love with Jean forever abide. Love your greatest cheerleader, your Fodel. Thank you, everyone. Well, that concludes the poem, but I would like to take a moment to share a few more words about my beautiful big sister, my first soulmate, my best friend. Tay, it is no secret that you are the epitome of what it means to be a sister, a daughter, a friend, someone people are truly blessed to have in their lives. You embody a kind of love that is so rare, cosmic even, the kind of love that only comes around every few lifetimes. To know you is to know unapologetic, transformative love. You have given me so much more than this cosmic love. It has been the greatest blessing to walk this crazy, wonderful road of life with you. And I am so incredibly thankful to our incredible parents for giving you, Dems, and I the gift of being sisters. And if you weren't my sisters in this life, I know without a doubt you would both be my best friends. However, to me, the true measure of friendship and love is not just how we feel about someone else. It is how they make us feel about ourselves. Jean brings out the best in Tay, helping her feel even more confident, beautiful, and fearless in everything that she does. With you, Juan, Tay is truly the best version of herself. And I believe that that is truly a reflection of your love. And I can't wait to celebrate this new chapter of your lives together. I want to end off with a quote that I recently read that said, "Our parents leave us too soon, our partners come too late, but our siblings are with us for the entire journey." And wow, Winkle, what a journey it has been. Growing alongside you, shaped by your love, patience, and guidance, has truly been the privilege of a lifetime. Watching you fall in love with your soulmate, a man I feel truly honored to call my brother, has been a profound joy. As Maya Angelou once said, love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls, to arrive at its destination full of hope. Tay and Juan, your love is exactly that, an unstoppable force. It is a love story that has inspired us all, one built on respect, inclusivity, and understanding. So here is to my beautiful big sister, my very handsome new brother, and more importantly, the new Mr. and Miss Clackworthy, and just a lifetime of love, light, and so much laughter. Cheers!
God, what a hard speech to follow. Okay. To the new Clackworthies. After 11 and a half years, I honestly cannot believe that this day has finally come. But wow, has it been worth the wait. Boxing Day last year, when Juan proposed to Tinks, was truly one of the happiest days of my life. But watching my older sister walk down the aisle today and marry the love of her life has absolutely nothing on that. So to my beautiful sister and my new brother, a huge congratulations. I truly could not be happier for you both. Thanks. You have always been my role model, and today is truly no different. I can't even begin to describe the happiness and pride I am feeling as I stand up here and watch you sitting next to the man of your dreams, who you now get to call your husband. You look effortlessly flawless and radiant, and you really are, in my eyes, the most phenomenal bride. When Tejos and I were younger, we would on several occasions raid either Mum or Gogo's cupboard and steal their wedding dress and veil to play dress up, laughing and giggling as we would pop on some blush and take turns being the bride. Obviously discussing our elaborate weddings and who we would be marrying, which sadly at the age of 10, Juan was not one of Taylor's contenders. I could honestly pinch myself as I look at you to think that somewhere between running around the house playing dress up and now, you have found the love of your life. Growing up with you as an older sister was truly magical. When I think back to our childhood, all I can do is smile. Smile at the little girls sitting around our breakfast nook in Joburg before school, or the little girls tucked up in Mum and Dad's bed with our morning cuppa on a Sunday. No matter the memory, big or small, you were always there, by my side, and doing all you could as my big sister to make my childhood memorable and extraordinary. I seriously could not admire you more if I tried. From when I was young enough to remember, you were always everything perfect and right in my eyes. I think all younger sisters love their older sisters, but it is another thing to completely and utterly adore them. From when I was old enough to understand adoration, I think my love for you completely encapsulated that word and the feelings attached to it. I can truly say that my love for you and your unmatched love back has helped me grow into the woman I am today. You have taught me how to be selfless and kind, how to be courageous and dream big, and how to live life to its fullest and never settle for anything less than exceptional. So thanks. When you say that Jodi makes you kinder and I make you sassier, I hope you know that so much of who you are and the role you've played in being our big sister has made us who we are. After 23 years of being absolutely loved and adored by you, my heart could not be happier that you have found someone who loves and adores you as much as you love and adore everyone in your life. So Juan, thank you for being the person who showers Tay with all the love she deserves. You have made every little girl's dream a reality for my big sister, and for that, I could not love you more if I tried. Tinks and Juan started dating when I was 12, which means that now at the age of 23, I've known you for almost half my life. And what an absolute privilege it has been. Juan, when you and Tay started dating, you didn't only steal her heart, but you also became the best friend of her little sister. I absolutely loved having someone who was forced to entertain me for hours, because obviously he was trying to impress my older sister, and that's just one of the short straws you've got to draw. You really have always had the biggest place in our family, filling every weekend in Hilton, family holiday away, or even our 3 long months of lockdown with so much love and laughter. I don't only love you because of what you mean to me and the role you've played in my life over the past few years, but more so for what you mean to Tinks and the role you've played in her life. I could not be happier to have you as part of the family and to know you aren't only going to have been a massive part of my life the past 11 and a half years, but from every day going forwards. I think a lot of people here would be lying if they said they knew this day would happen right from the very beginning. Such as 17-year-old Juan, who was forced to sleep in the downstairs guest room in our house in Joburg, which separated Tay and Juan by a roller shutter and 2 remotes removed by Debbie. If I also think back to Andorra New Year's 2016, our first international family holiday with an additional member, I can slightly recall a very angry Kim and Debs, who were woken up at 3 a.m. to a very inebriated Taylor, who had lost Jean-Luc in town after their festive New Year's celebrations. After 2 hours of searching the streets for Jean, I doubt Kim and Debs would have thought they'd go from organizing a search party to organizing a wedding. There's a lot of ER Diggs mates in this room from Stellies, so I also don't think that Taylor's ER Diggs mates, who heard her deliberate whether or not to egg Jean's car after their breakup, would have thought that would turn into Tay making Jean eggs in their first apartment in Toronto together. However, I think the biggest contenders who would be in disbelief that we are now 6 years later celebrating a wedding would be both our families, who during said breakup would meet up in Cape Town. One big happy family. Taylor, Jodes, myself, Dix, Mum, Dad, Gav, Cole, Nana, and one big elephant in the room. Despite all of this, I think the moment Jean knew that he would, in fact, be marrying Taylor was when he walked into his Cape Town house for the weekend, 8 mates behind him, to find his ex-girlfriend, cup of tea in hand, laughing with his mum and unpacking groceries into his family home cupboards. And aren't we all glad he made that realization? It has always been the biggest privilege having experienced your guys' love story from the age of 12. And over the past 11 and a half years, I can honestly say I don't think you two could be any more perfect for each other. You haven't only grown up together and had the privilege of growing through love with your first love, but you have also pushed each other to become the best versions of yourselves. Time and time again, I have seen you guys choose each other and support each other's dreams and aspirations, and it has built the foundations of the most beautiful love. It sets my heart on fire to know that you've both found your person in each other, and I'm certain that this next chapter is going to be your best one yet, filled with so much love, laughter, and happiness. Adventure and happiness. So if everyone could join me in raising their glasses To the bride and groom, our high school sweethearts, their incredible love story, and their exciting future. Juan, Jodes and I hope you love growing old with Tinks as much as we've loved growing up with her. Cheers!